Republicans. Just
I
don't
respond
complain
to
when we
Van for a
do it.
second?
Just
Man,
we do it. Just don't complain.
Man, you keep saying that we'd be upset if a Democratic president violated norms. Brother, last year, Joe Biden was asleep and Kamala Harris was at a dance party with Beyonce all year. You violated norms for the entire year, and it's one of the reasons that Donald Trump won the election. Norms were violated for 4 straight years. And yes, I didn't like it. But Donald Trump, in my opinion, is not exceeding his authority under the Constitution with this violence.
Listen. That's Republican Scott Jennings giving professional CNN crybaby Van Jones a much-needed wake-up call about his politically biased fear-mongering and hysteria. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and despite President Trump running on a platform of draining the swamp and gutting the bloated bureaucracy in DC, establishment media shills are losing their minds because unlike their Democrat handlers, Trump is staying true to his word. Here's Van Jones whining about Trump canning General Brown as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
It's very disturbing. I expect my conservative friends to agree with me that if you're going to break this kind of precedent, of course, Donald Trump said he's going to shake up the soda bottle, so you can say, well, anything Donald Trump does, we can't complain about it. We just have to take it because he said he was going to do it on the campaign trail. That's not how a democratic republic works. It's not how a constitutional republic works. There are traditions, there are norms. If you're going to break with this norm and have a purge, that's what it looks like. If the different countries is a purge of the top military, you want to identify what did that general do that was inappropriate. What was the scandal? What was the bad hire? And there is literally nothing. I've been looking all day, calling around, and it's basically just this slander that he's woke in DEI. Well, if you are the head of a military that is multiracial and multicultural and you want it to be cohesive, you need to have policies in place to help that happen. If they're good policies or bad policies, but just the fact that he apparently, his only crime for have this level of a break with 200 years of tradition is that he's quote unquote woke. That's very scary because what that means is this could be a pretext. And it could be that Trump just wants to put generals in place that will do what he says, right or wrong, and not do what Mr. Luntz was talking about, these cadets doing the hard right and not the easy wrong. It's very disturbing. I can't find a good reason for breaking with this type of precedent, and conservatives usually want to conserve tradition. So I'm looking forward to hearing my conservative.
The simple truth here is Scott is absolutely correct. Van Jones is once again playing the race card and trying to make it seem like Trump got rid of him because he's a minority or something. But Brown has been a vocal advocate for things this administration has repeatedly said they are doing away with. I mean, he's repeatedly supported focusing on race and gender in the armed forces and even set goals to shift demographics of Air Force pilots away from white males. I mean, call me crazy, but having goals like that seems like a pretty legitimate reason to can someone to me.
This is the principal military advisor to the president. And I don't, Van, necessarily think he had to have done anything wrong or had to have had a scandal or have any kind of mark against him at all. It's just that the president wants to have the most confidence in his principal military advisor. Obviously, he wants to pick somebody else. And there shouldn't be anything wrong with that because under our Constitution, we have a civilian-led military and the president is the commander-in-chief and he should have the principal military advisor that he wants. I don't think there's anything wrong at all with General Brown. I think he has served this country honorably. I think he's a good man. And you might remember back in the first Trump term, he was promoted and nominated to be the head of the Air Force by Donald Trump. So obviously Trump has liked him in the past and thinks he's had an amazing career. And he even put out a positive statement about him tonight. But at the end of the day, this is a position that serves at the pleasure of the president. The president's Donald Trump, and he deserves to have the top advisors that he wants and that he has the most confidence in.
You know, someone needs to tell Van Jones that like nearly everything in the government and private sector, the military should function based on merit and ability, not serve as a political tool for corrupt politicians to gain more power. I mean, it's widely known that DEI is divisive and been proven to be a failure at this point. It tanks recruitment numbers, which by the way mysteriously spiked after Trump took office and committed to scrapping this kind of stuff. And even someone like Van Jones would have to admit that it's a pretty strange coincidence that recruitment levels hit a 15-year high once Trump scrapped the progressive nonsense and committed to meritocracy again. But let me know what you think. Is there any legitimacy to what people like Van Jones have been saying? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. This stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!